Reverend Green, Judge Holden, and afraid. Toadvine. Burning of the hotel. Escape. See the child. He is pale and thin. He wears a thin and ragged linen shirt. He stokes the scullery fire. Outside lie dark. Outside lie dark, turred fields with rags of snow, and darker woods beyond that harbor yet a few last wolves. His folk are known for hewers of wood and drawers of water, but in truth his father has been a schoolmaster. He lies in drink. He quotes from poets whose names are now lost. The boy crouches by the fire and watches him. Night of your birth, 33. The Leonids, they were called. God, how the stars did fall. I looked for the blackness, holes in the heavens. The dipper stole. The mother dead these 14 years did incubate in her own bosom the creature who would carry her off. The father never speaks her name. The child does not know it. He has a sister in this world that he will not see again. He watches, pale and unwashed. He can neither read nor write, and in him broods already a taste for mindless violence. All history present in that visage, the child, the father of the man. At 14 he runs away. He will not see again the freezing kitchen house in the pre-dawn dark. The firewood, the washpots, he wanders west as far as Memphis, a solitary migrant upon that flat and pastoral landscape. Blacks in the fields, lank and stopped, their fingers spider-like among the bowls of cotton. A shadowed agony in the garden, against the sun's declining figure moving in the slower dusk across a paper sky. A lone, dark husbandman pursuing mule and harrowed down the rain-blown bottom land toward night. A year later, he is in St. Louis. He is taken on for New Orleans aboard a flatboat. 42 years on the river. At night, the steamboats hoot and trudge past through the black water, all alike like city. Break up the coast and sail the bottom. He walks in the streets and hears tongues he has not heard before. He lives in a room above a courtyard behind the tavern, and he comes down at night like some fairy book beast to fight with the satyrs. He is not big, but he has big wrists, big hands. His shoulders are set close. The child's face is curiously untouched behind the skull. The eyes oddly innocent. They fight with fists, with feet, with bottles or hands. All races, all breeds. Men whose speech sounds like the grunting of apes. Men from lands so far and queer that standing over them where they lie bleeding in the mud, he feels mankind himself vindicated. On a certain night, a Maltese boatswain shoots him in the back with a small pistol, swinging to deal with the man he is shot again just below the heart. The man flees and he leans against the bar with the blood running out of his shirt. The others look away. After a while, he sits on the floor. He lies in a cot in the room upstairs for 2 weeks while the tavern keeper's wife attends him. She brings his meals. Carries out his slops, a hard-looking woman with a wiry body like a man's. By the time he is mended, he has no money to pay her, and he leaves in the night and sleeps on the riverbank until he can find a boat that will take him up. The boat is going to Texas. Only now is the child finally divested of all that he has been. His origins are become as remote as his destiny, and not again in all the world turning will there be terrain so wild and barbarous to try whether the stuff of creation may be shaped to man's will, or whether his own heart is not another kind of clay. The passengers are a different lot, caged their eyes, and no man asks what it is that brings him here. He sleeps on the desk, a pilgrim among others. He watches the dim shore rise and fall. Gray sea birds gawking. Flights of pelicans coastwise above the gray swells. They disembark above a lighter, settlers with their chattels, all studying the low coastline, the thin bite of sand, and scrub pines swimming in the haze. He walks through the narrow streets of the port. The air smells of salt and new sawn lumber. At night, horrors call to him from the dark like souls in want. A week he is on the move again, a few dollars in his purse that he's earned, walking the sand roads of the southern night alone, his hands balled in the cotton pockets of the cheap coat. Egrets in their rookeries white as candles amongst the moss. The wine has a raw edge to it and leaves low by the roadside and skelter on in the night fields. He moves north through the small settlements and farms, working for day wages and family. He settles a parasite hanging in a crossroads hamlet, and the man's friends run towards and pull his legs, and he hangs dead from his rope, while urine darkens his trousers. He works in a sawmill. He works in a diphtheria pest house. He takes a pay from a farmer and aged mule, and back this animal in the spring of the year 1849. He rides up through the latter-day Republic of Fredonia into the town of NarcoDoches.
The river and green have been playing to a full house daily, and over the rain have been falling, and the rain have been falling for 2 weeks. When the kid ducked into the empty complex, there was a standing room along the wall, a pressure too, and such a heady week of the wind, and baffling that the field was surely falls into the downpour now and again to face him before the rain dove in again. He stood with others of his kind along in the back wall. The only thing that might have distinguished him from the crowd was that he did not arm.
Never saw the rubber, he couldn't say out of his head right here in NarcoDoches. I said that you're gonna take the Son of God. Maybe? And he said, oh no.
No, they won't.
And then I said, don't you know that he said, always in the end of the road?
Well, he said, I ain't asking nobody to go nowheres. And I said, neighbor, you don't need to ask. He's a-going to be there with ye every step of the way, whether ye ask it or ye don't. I said, neighbor, you can't get shit of him. Now, are you going to drag him into that hellhole yonder?
I am a sinner. I am sorry,
You ever see such a place for rain? The kid had been watching for a river and he turned to the man who spoke. He wore long mustaches after the fashion of teenagers and wore a wide brim that had with a low round crown. He was slightly veiled and he was watching the kid earnestly as if he'd known his opinion about the rain. I just got here, said the kid. Well, it beats all I ever seen.
Say it louder. I've abandoned my child! I've abandoned my child! I've abandoned my boy! Beg for the
The ball store had no trace of beer, and no brow to reside, no last stupid. You were clothes, saddle feet, and high, and you still smoked a cigar, even under the radical on guard, and you seemed to have removed his hat, or change the implement for now and put it on again.
The Reverend had stopped his sermon altogether. There was no sound in the tent. All watched the man. He adjusted the hat and then pushed his way forward as far as the great pulpit where the Reverend stood, and there he turned to address the Reverend's congregation. His face was serene and strangely childlike. His hands were small. He held them out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I feel it is my duty to inform you that the man beholding this survival is an impostor. He holds no papers of divinity from any institution recognized or improvised. He is altogether devoid of the least qualification to the office he has usurped, and he only committed to memory a few passages from the good book of the purpose of lending to his fraudulent sermons some faint flavor of the piety he despises. In truth, the gentleman standing here before you posing as a minister of the law is not only totally illiterate, but is also wanted by the law in the states of Tennessee, Kentucky, Mississippi, and Arkansas. Oh God! Cried the Reverend. Lies! Lies! He began reading fervorously from his open Bible. On a variety of charges, the most recent of which involved a girl of 11 years, said 11, who had come to him in trust and whom he was surprised in the act of violating, while he actually clothed in the livery of his God. Moan swept through the crowd. The lady sank to her knees. This is him, cried the Reverend, sobbing. This is him, the devil. Here he stands. Let's hang the tyrant, called an ugly thug from the gallery to the river. Not 3 weeks before this, he was run out of Fort Smith, Arkansas for having congress with a goat. Yes, lady, that is what I said. Goat! Why, dare my eyes, they won't shoot that son of a bitch!